Okay, so Vlogmas has officially started. There's lots of Christmas crafting and chatting, so I thought I would start by showing you what I've been up to this week. This is the first project bag I've made, and it's in this delightful Debbie Mum fabric. Now I'm harking back a little bit to the 80s and 90s here because there was a lot of Debbie Mum about then. I really love this fabric. It was like a panel. So what I've done is I've just trimmed round it, and then I've teamed it with this beautiful red polka dot fabric, and I've put this on the back as well. And this was actually in my stash. I'm right-handed, so I like to open my zippers left to right, and then inside I've lined it with this gorgeous candy cane fabric, which also I had in stash. So let me show you my latest cross stitch. So I started this on Tuesday. And I've worked on it on Thursday. Can you guess what it is? Well, here's my latest version. Let's unwrap it. There we go. Still got the needle in. There we are. And it's Oh Dear by It's So Emma. I've downloaded this. It's a paid for pattern, and I've downloaded it from the Fat Quarter shop. Instant download. Fantastic. The fabric I'm using to stitch that on is a 32 count, and it's a pearl opalescence. Now you may recall I stitched on this fabric for my Erica Michaels coffee or chocolate. Well, I had quite a bit left, so let's put it to some good use. Now it's got these shiny little bits. I don't know if it's picking up. I think it is. So yeah. And I've only got a little bit more to do. I'll say 75% through now. So just a little bit more of the neck and the nose, and this will be completed. And hopefully next week I'm going to show you how I finish this. So one of the good things about this pattern is you only need about 6 threads, you know, different colour threads. And I think you could actually stitch this from stash. I mean, we've all got browns in our stash, haven't we? So yeah. I think you could easily go on to a thread converter and look for similar DMCs if you haven't got the exact colours. I am looking forward to finishing this, and hopefully next week I'll be able to share that with you. My next project bag isn't quite finished. I've just got to thread some red or green ribbon through the casing here. No biggie. Let me show you the fabric. I love this. This is a Kath Kidson Christmas fabric. I had a little bit in my stash. So what I've done to make the bag bigger, because I do like a big project bag, is again, I've used this lovely red and white polka dot on the bottom. It's all boxed. And I will pop links in down below in the description box to 2 fantastic tutorials. For the cross stitch bag, it's Elizabeth Can Sew, and for this bag, it's Whitney Sews. I've used again the same fabric polka dot at the top, but when it came to lining the project bag, I've chosen this one. And this is one I purchased from the States a few years ago. and it was only £4 for a yard, which I thought was really good. Now, I thought it'd be nice to have it just peeking over the top. So when the project bag is drawn up, that's what it'll look like. To make it peek over the top, I've just cut the lining an inch longer than the actual bag. So if you'd like a tutorial on how I do this, then please comment below. But isn't it lovely? It's Tuesday the 2nd of December, and yeah, this morning I was up early and out for my granddaughter's Christingle. So her school had a Christingle in their church. So I went to the church service, and then afterwards I went to Starbucks for a coffee with my youngest daughter, Lucy. So I'm in the conservatory at the moment because I just thought I would show you some vintage decorations. Now these are from my parents, which sadly now they've passed on. But yeah, let me show you what I've got. So the first one I want to show you, not very exciting, but this is a little boot. And yeah, it's a little bit worse for wear, as you can see now. But in the morning, Christmas morning, this would be full of sweets. So this was my little boot. What used to every Christmas go on the mantle. And even when I left home, my mum still put it on the mantle. Yeah. So I think I've had this since I was a baby. There we go. Every Christmas my parents would put these on the wall. So these are older than me. But yeah, I've tried to keep them as best I can. They're just a cardboard. So that one says, well, I think they all say a Merry Christmas actually. Yeah, I used to like that one with Santa coming down the chimney. And then this is a pretty one. So let me just move that out the way, and that's it. And you can see it better if I put it down. So that one is with the church bells. This is a bigger one, where he's on his sleigh. And then the last one is this one. I'm going to have to perhaps do something with this because it has aged. And I don't know whether to just paint some white round the edge, I don't know. But at one point it looks like these have been sprayed blue by my mother. I don't know. Seems to be going over the edge there. But yeah, those were always on the wall with the proverbial streamers up and the balloons in the corner. This is a really old tree. So this, I think, this was from Arthur Wood's pottery in Stoke-on-Trent, where we live. And it's got some of the bulbs missing. And then at some point, if I bring it a bit closer, the top got broken off, and I think my father just painted some green on it there. But yeah, it's still functional. It goes on to a base. The base is quite big, so this is the base. I mean, it's really old. Gosh, look at the wiring on that. But it still works as far as I know. But yeah, she might have to put a new attachment on. It's got the old plug on there. But this is the base, and then that sits on top. So this is the base. I mean, it's really old. Gosh, look at the wiring on that. But it still works as far as I know. But yeah, she might have to put a new attachment on. It's got the old plug on there. I mean, these decorations here, these are from the 50s. And can't you tell? Plastic. But you know, I still put this up. Sometimes we put this outside on our window boxes. I won't get rid of it. There's just memories, isn't it, for me? Yeah, that would be draped somewhere across a wall with some tinsel. So while we're taking a trip down memory lane, I just thought I would show you my vintage inspired jumper, my Christmas jumper. I love this. So this is the Betty and Judy Lodge jumper. I'll stand up and show you in a little bit more detail. I love this patterning, I really do. You get it on your cuffs as well. And then you've got these two lovely holly sprigs. So yeah, this is inspired, this jumper is, from the two girls, and it might be called Betty and Judy, I can't remember, but it's inspired from the film White Christmas, you know, when they get marooned in the ski lodge. So yeah, and I love as well the way the sleeves sort of puff there. Right, so I just thought I would show you what I'm wearing, and like I say, it's by the Poison Girls and you can access it through their website, the Poison Girls, or through Ravelry. While we're on a Christmas theme, I've been into my stash and found this. Now, it doesn't say what it's called. It's by the West Yorkshire Spinners. But if I remember rightly, I thought this was holly, but it might be robin. I'm not sure. I'll have to put in the show notes down below. But it is a 75% wool and then the rest is nylon. So it's a good stock yarn. So yeah. I think I might knit myself just a plain pair of vanilla socks with this. So not everything I want to knit is going to be Christmas themed. I've seen this pattern and it's called Waiting for the Rain and it's by Sylvia McFadden, and I've already purchased the wool for this. It's from the Wool Warehouse, and let me show you what I'm thinking of using for this shawl. It's an alpaca, which I've never ever had. I've never knit with alpaca. So this is a Drops alpaca mix. Then they don't have colours by the looks of things. It's just dye lots, but the colour is 517, and it's like a grey colour. And then this dye lot colour is 501. So I just thought those would look nice. Now it's not quite showing, that's better. A little bit bright. I'll perhaps take a photograph of the wool and you can get a better idea of the colour. But I just thought the lace panels in this, oh, it's lovely and soft. No prickle factor. Oh, this could be a winner. And then this for the garter stitch. Now this is a lovely crescent shaped shawl and it does look a little difficult. So Although I've been knitting since I was 5, I thought I would start off with a simpler shawl, and I thought of the Duchess shawl by Kay Jones from the Bakery Bears. Now, I've followed this lady for a long time and her Etsy shop, and it's Yewtree Yarn Craft. It's Diane. Hi Diane, if you're watching. Lovely lady. She's also got a Vlogmas up, so I'll pop a link into that. But just look at this. Feast your eyes. So this is in the Songbird colourway. Isn't that gorgeous? And that is showing true to colour there. I love it. It's lovely, Diane. It really is. It's beautiful, beautiful yarn. Now this one is called Eloise. See, she had a sale and I hopped on. And I'm not kidding you, I've knit quite a bit of hand-dyed yarn, and this is spectacular. It really is. Just look. Look at that. It's beautiful. I love it. So I think this would look lovely for the Duchess, should I say, shawl. She also sent me a little mini. That was free. Look at that. First mini. Thank you. I was thinking of starting a blanket. So, yeah. I love it when shops sell just packs of minis or let you choose the different minis. Yeah, love it. Thank you. And a little bag of sweets as well, but they've gone. What do you expect? But, yeah, thank you, Diane. And, yeah. I'm favourited your shop, and yeah, can't wait to buy more yarn from you. And such a quick delivery. I ordered this and I think it came more or less on the second day. So yeah, really shocked at how quick that was delivered. But thank you, lovely. I'm currently working on 2 knitting projects and I'm going to stop doing this. This is buying, you know, balls of wool that are in a sale. So this is Bergère de France, and this is in the Baltic range. So this is a chunky knitting wool. I think it's an Aran weight, and it says that it's an easy knit, it's easy care yarn, and it's in a range of pretty frosted colours. And as you can see, I don't know how they've done it, but you got this like bluey white, which gives you the frosted look. It's absolutely beautiful yarn, and this is knit on 5mm needles. Now they have discontinued the range. Now I saw, I think I purchased 6, maybe 5 balls, which would have been about 250 of the grey, which is in the Hool colourway. I think that's how you pronounce it. And this one is spelt Jean, but I think it's Jean. And I think I had about 250 of this. But it still isn't enough. I might have had a little bit less. Although he's a 28-inch chest, I'd say. My daughter asked if I could knit the jumpers bigger because he grows out of them so fast. So this is the flax pattern. You probably recognise it with this lovely garter stitch down the sleeves, and I'm knitting this top down. Okay, so I knit all the top in the grey, and then I thought I'd start the stripes, you know, after I'd joined for the armholes, you see. You know, after I cast off, sorry, for the armholes. Just thought it'd be easier for me. So, yeah, there we go. So that is all the body knit. Then I've started to run out of wool. So this is the sleeve. I've had to knit it mainly in the Jean colourway because that's the majority of the wool I had left. And I'm just knitting 1 grey stripe. She says it looks okay. Now I've put these stitches on hold. I've done all the decreasing, because I don't know if I've got enough of the Jan now. So yeah, I've just started the other sleeve and I hope to carry on with that tonight. This is how much of the Jan I've got left. That's it. End of. So I am hopeful I can get the sleeve so far done. And this is how much left I've got of the grey. Yeah, not great. So I've looked in my stash and I've managed to find this. Now this isn't Bergère de France, I don't think, but I don't think it's too bad a match. And I don't think you can tell, because I've started with it there with the one stripe. But I'm just going to have to see how I go. She says not to worry, but yeah, serious yarn checking. And Dave said to me, well, how much have you actually saved? And it's probably about £5 or £6. And was it worth doing that? No. So, lesson learned, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm really not. So, yeah, I shall buy the what required next time. And stop getting tempted by sales. So my second project is this lovely Mrs. Claus by the designer Jean Greenhow. And for those of you who've knitted for a while, we all know that Jean Greenhow was quite prolific in the 80s and 90s. Now there's a bit of a backstory to this. I knit Mrs. Claus, it was the early 90s. I just started out a Rainbow Girl Guide unit. I set it all up and I was raising funds for the unit. And one thing that we did was to hold a Christmas fair, and we had a raffle. And I knit a Mrs. Claus as one of the prizes. Now, my youngest daughter, Lucy, fell in love with Mrs. Claus, and she watched me knit it, and she always used to say, is Mrs. Claus ready yet? She was only little, but she really loved Mrs. Claus, and it got raffled off, and I never forget the disappointment on her face. So I think I must have bought loads of raffle tickets, but no, Mrs. Claus went. And so I thought it'd be a lovely idea to knit Mrs. Claus for her. And yeah, I'm going to knit it for the, her children, my grandchildren. So I think it'll make a lovely addition to her household. So yay, we're going to make Mrs. Claus. And I'm just looking here, there's a pale green stripe, and I'll have to go to the wool shop, I think. I don't think I've got that colour. But anyway, let me show you some of the patterns in this book.
Making our Christmas memories. I've been working so much lately, I can barely find the time to sleep. Yeah, I spend my time running around, keeping people pleased. But this is my favorite holiday. It's a chance to start over new. 'Cause I missed you, so I'm letting go of everything but you. These are the good times with you. Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hang by the fire and chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, and I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, oh.
So this is how far I've got with Mrs. Claus. I did make one mistake as usual. I knit two right feet, I think it was. So yeah, I had to rip back and knit for a left foot. And then this is the body. I've started to decrease, and then I ran out of wool because I needed some pink for the face. But the increases here are very thick because I've got no wool in stock, no double knitting pink. I know it's scandalous. So I tried with 2 strands of 4-ply, but it's too thick. But anyhow, I'm going to the shop later and I'm going to pick up some more yarn, and so I can get knitting on this tonight. Right, one more little incoming. I had a surprise, a real surprise. So a parcel arrived and last week, and Dave said, "Have you ordered anything?" I said, no. I thought, well, I have ordered a pattern. Anyhow, this came, and it's 55 country cross-stitch charts by Jane Greenough. And this lovely card, and it was from Linda. Hi, Linda. Linda has a YouTube channel called Joy of Things. So every morning I like to brew up and watch Linda in the morning. And she's about my age. So yeah, she talks about a lot about pottery and crafting. So yeah, great interests of mine. So yeah, lovely little card from it, and also 2 more patterns. And this is from the Cricket collection, but these will be really useful. They're alphabet charts, so yeah, I'm going to find them very useful. So there's 2 lots of font I can use there. And also this one, and this is called the Sweetheart Tree, which might be useful for Valentine's, but I'm interested in this sampler here. So thank you so much. So for the past couple of nights, I've been stitching the binding to the back of this quilt. The quilt is called the Riverside Knoll. The fabric range is Writer's Rain, and the pattern and the fabric were designed by Kim Deal. I've also been watching 2 Christmas movies, Meet Me in St. Louis and also Christmas with the Cranks. Next week I've got 2 workshops booked with Liberty Bell, so I'll take you along for that, and lots of other Christmas crafting planned. Until I see you next week, bye.